Before we decided to sell the place, we were thinking about like what's the valuation of the place, how much we can get for our HDB flat, and then how do we use the proceeds to buy the next place, because we don't want to be in too much of a deficit as well. So all these things, Yuna actually came in and explained to us on the details and gave us some numbers, ballpark figures to work around. So because of these numbers, we got more comfortable with deciding to sell the place. So in total, it took us about 2 weeks to get our house sold, and I remember at that point in time we sold it at, I think, one of the highest prices at that point in time. So 2 weeks was pretty quick.
I recall that it was actually very smooth. When the buyer put up the offer, the whole negotiation process was handled very well by Yuna as well. We really trusted her for the entire process, and we were very impressed by how it was closed in 2 weeks.
The best thing about this whole transaction was we managed to avoid having to rent the place after selling ours. So Yuna actually helped us negotiated for a longer handover period, and then on the buying side, we managed to get the buyers to hand over the place immediately. So that gave us a good time spent for us to do the rental works and ship in immediately, which is a big plus point because who doesn't want to save more money, right?
I think we were very impressed with how Yuna has handled the entire selling process of our house. One thing that struck me was how she always come way ahead of the viewings to make sure that the entire house is ready, and to make sure that all the lights and air conditioning was switched on, to make sure that the viewers will have a very pleasant experience. And she has been very responsive in helping to arrange the viewings as well. I think every week consistently we get quite a number, like maybe 3 or 4 viewings at one go, and it has always been a very pleasant experience because she has made it very seamless for us, and minimal disruption as well. It almost felt like it was like our day-to-day life with her trying to arrange the viewings and all, and it was just a very, very pleasant experience in totality. And we also realized that she really knew how to market our unit. She was very detailed in terms of how she shared about our furnishing, our interior, and that really gives the viewers a confidence in terms of the unique selling point of our unit.
Is your home an asset or liability? At a very basic level, an asset is something that provides future economic benefit. Using this framework, a house could be viewed as an asset, but a mortgage would definitely be a liability. Most people who own a home have mortgage but also have equity built up in that home. This is a 5-room flat at Block 2AAB Compassvale Crescent in 𝐶𝐚𝐭𝐮 that has recently MOP. It was seller Karl and MingXiu first matrimonial home. When we first met, I sat down and did a detailed financial calculation for them, understanding their needs and wants, and later on, based on their current financial status and sales proceed calculations, we discussed on what are the few options available for them, and we weigh the pros and cons for each options and finally choose the one that is best for their current situation and future wealth planning. We started marketing their unit using professional videography and strategically target group to find the right buyer for their unit. And we gotten the unit sold within 2 weeks in record price at a point of time. We then started on our house hunting journey with a few factors in mind, such as the layout, the location, the future capital appreciation. Fast forward, we found a 3-bedded condo in the east that ticked many right boxes such as location, size, good environment for their kids, and most importantly, the entry price that I gotten them is 80k below bank valuation. It's a steal.
Okay, so for the buying side, basically I've been liaising with Yuna to arrange multiple viewings week after week, mostly weekends. So I think every week we saw at least like 4 units at least.
Right from the start, when we first started a couple of viewings, Yuna always made sure to confirm our requirements and our criteria, and so she observed what we were looking for. So I think from a client centricity standpoint, she really understood what we wanted, and she really took the time to kind of internalize that, to be able to arrange viewings that would not waste our time and would also meet what we wanted. So that was something that I really appreciated.
The biggest challenge we had was timeline issue, because we actually sold the HDB earlier than MOP period. So because of that, HDB gave us some limitations on our buying side. So the biggest challenge we had was looking for a seller who is willing to wait for our window to open for us to be able to buy the place.
And of course, apart from timeline, is also around our requirements around layout as well as our budgets. Being able to align these three key factors was really not easy. So along the way, we did view different units that check different boxes. I think at the end of the day, we're very happy with the unit that we bought because we managed to get it at a slightly lower valuation. Sorry, a slightly lower price compared to the valuation, and this is really a pleasant surprise for us, especially because the layout was perfect. The timeline was perfect. We don't have to rent. It was all stars are aligned and all boxes were checked, and so we were very happy with that. Yeah.
Okay, I think we had a really pleasant transaction and buying process with 𝐸𝐿. I mean, I would definitely rate her 10 out of 10 stars. And yeah, for sure, I'll recommend her to friends, families, or maybe in future when we change house, we could go back to 𝐸𝐿 again.
Same for myself as well. I think that one key thing that I felt that 𝐸𝐿 really helped in this entire process is to be our advisor. I think it's really to guide us and navigate this entire process and to help us look out for blind spots. Because as first-time sellers and first-time buyers in the private property space, I think we definitely needed a lot of that guidance. And 𝐸𝐿 was our trusted partner to evaluate the options that were available and that would also meet our needs. So I think at the end of the day, we would definitely recommend her to our friends and family. And yeah, hopefully for our next unit, we'll be able to get her to help as well.
Yep.
Selling and buying is not as simple as many people thought it would be, as it requires knowledge and experience. Furthermore, if you are looking into creating wealth using your property, you need more than just sell and buy knowledge. Information and experience is really needed. Karl and MingXiu is now a happy owner of a private property they can stay in while waiting for the capital appreciation down the road. Every year, I've helped more than 100 families in planning their wealth creation journey. As agent, I'm happy to share whatever knowledge I know. And with that knowledge, I hope that we can all embark on this wealth creation journey together. If you're like my sellers who own a flat that is going to MOP or have MOP'd and want to kickstart your investment portfolio with it, but don't know what to do or how to do, you can call me at 9091-9441 for a non-obligation discussion. Start young, start early, start planning now.